Well, fantastic. Here it is, a Friday night. My goodness, it's already, what is it? It's already, well, not halfway through February, but good grief. You know, we are marching towards springtime. So hang in there, everybody. Woo! Now, I'll tell you, I do have special guests hiding in the green room. Let me adjust this. You know, it always takes a second to get it started. And I'll tell you that we are going to have some updates for you. We're going to talk about 3 issues, and I've got 2 special guests. I'm going to speak about one issue, and my other 2 guests are going to speak about the other 2 issues. It's really sort of a customer service chat, you know, except you get to see our faces and we get to chat with you. My goodness. But anyway, hasn't it been, and we'll, hello everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. Hasn't it been? Well, anyway, I'm happy to have a real winter. I don't know about you, but the last 3 winters have been wimpy, wimpy, poo, poo. This has been a winter, and I like it. So that's me, but I know springtime is on its way, and you know that as well. We have 99 Luftballons. No, we've got 99 people here. And as I said, we are going to talk about some issues. I'm going to bring my special guests in just a minute. But to make things run smoothly tonight, and we'll kind of repeat this when we get into the conversation, we're going to ask everyone to hold their questions. You know, if you go to a TED talk, you can't just stand up and ask a question in the middle of the, you know, sermon or whatever, speech. So hold your questions if you have any until each person sort of finishes talking, get it all out, and then we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And we're going to, if you have questions, we'll read it and then answer it for the benefit of the people that aren't looking at the chat, because I know some people are not on smartphones or smart TVs and you can't see the chat. So we'll try to be cognizant of when we see questions at the end of our talk, we'll say the question and then answer it. Hopefully that'll make things run smoothly and not be so hectic. Why don't we go and grab the 3 folks? Oh, by the way, if you'd like to get a snack, go ahead. I've got my saltines and a nice little hunk of Stilton cheese from England. It's only real Stilton if it comes from England, and it's got cranberries in it. That's my snack. Now, how about we see who else we have? Hold on, and I shall go and find out. Who else have we got? Where are they? Oh my goodness, there they are. Let me make all of us the same size, and I'll give everybody a chance to woohoo. I can't hear them, but I know they're here.
I'm here.
Me too.
Hi guys. Hello everyone.
Hello.
How are we all doing tonight? I'm just trying to pull this up on my my laptop because for some reason on my desktop I cannot get the chat on YouTube. And I don't know why.
Dee, may I raise my hand and say something?
Sure can.
I don't know if it's the drones over New Jersey or what, but the other night I logged into Tammy and David's live sale and I couldn't get the chat. The chat wouldn't come up. Just like you said right now, you couldn't see the chat. Mine wouldn't either.
That's been like this for like 2 or 3 months. All of a sudden, I cannot pull up the chat on my desktop.
I couldn't pull mine up on my smart TV. And I went to settings and I went here and there and I unplugged and I plugged back in and I went outside and ran around the house 3 times and came back in. I opened up my hymnal and sang "Let the Lower Lights Be Burning," and I still could not get anything to happen. Now, tonight, the chat is back. I'm telling you.
Really? Mine's not, because I that's why I had to move over to my laptop. I do not know how that happened. One day it was there, and the next day it was gone.
I'm with you.
Excuse me.
Vinny?
What?
Did any of that happen to you, or no?
No. I mean, there's no chat here on the phone because that's what I'm using. Desktop is okay. Chat's up on there. I don't know what's going on with technology.
I don't know. Maybe it's just New York and New Jersey, D. I don't know.
I have no idea. It is just crazy.
It's not perfect here either.
Well, I will tell you what the 3 topics are. Now, we're getting more folks in, and we're so glad you came, that you're here tonight, Friday night. And so I'm going to handle one topic, which will be the PayPal invoice debacle. And Vinny is going to talk about some changes in shipping. Yeah. And then Dee is going to talk about how come her staircase and her basement door was on this side and now it's on this side.
Right.
Which explains why last couple days ago, everybody thought I was in the passenger seat and not the driver's seat. Dee's going to talk about that. And we're going to give everybody a chance to ask questions. But again, if you'll wait until each one of us sort of let us get it out, and then we'll give everybody a chance to ask some questions, and then all 3 of us will sort of talk it out. And then we can talk together because some of you may have the same experiences that we're having. Goofy.
I think I'm going to go move to the office real quick.
Okay.
I'll be back. I'm just going to turn myself off.
I just want everybody to know that the reason I keep looking over here is so that I can see the chat on my my laptop.
Okay.
So, and of course, we have Binks that is trying to get my undivided attention at the moment.
Never mind.
Well, it's funny because Elaine Marie wants to know if there's a customer service number for shipping. There is. And you know, if you call me, old Chandra might pick up. That's all I can say. Never mind.
Oh, Lord.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thanks for being here. We know that people probably have, questions and stuff. So we actually, Scott, we were chatting last night and thought it would be a good idea for us to try to let you guys in on some stuff that's going on. So that's why we're here.
And then this video will remain. I will leave it up. And so Dee and Vinny, since this is the Old Curiosity Shop channel, I'll leave the video up. If you get people, tomorrow, the next day, and these issues are still, just refer them to the video. Say, hey, go watch the channel. I mean, I'll leave it there. I invited Tammy and David. They were unable to be here tonight, but they say hello with their 80 degrees in Texas.
Oh.
Boy, what I would give for that now.
I know, right?
I'm looking forward to the 3 or 4 little snowstorms that are coming in the next 3 or 4 days.
Well, I'm glad you're excited because I can't stand the snow and the ice. I can't stand it.
I know, me neither.
I hate it with a passion.
Elaine Marie said, I feel like this is a parent-teacher-student conference. Uncomfortable.
We don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Don't be nervous.
She's just joking around.
She's just joking.
Let's see. I'm not sure where to look. Oh, my lighting. When you move around, and I have a different light, so.
Yeah, KP asked where you were sitting tonight.
I'm in a different room in my house. I guess I haven't. I have the same room where I do some of the live sales. The bookcase with all the radios on it is over there. I'm in the same room. It's just a different angle from where I normally am.
No, it's not bad news, Elisa.
No.
Alyssa.
No. It's just clarifying some goofiness that's happening. And
Big C, what are you doing to Mom?
I've been gone since noon, so God forbid.
Playing
He
in
needs
your
Mama
Super
snuggle time.
Nintendo. Well,
I mean, if it's bad just from being gone a couple of hours, I can't imagine how bad it is when we're all visiting each other.
Oh, Lord have mercy. He doesn't leave my feet for 2 weeks.
He's making up for lost time.
Yes.
This is another thing, everyone. If you see this happen, last night, the 5 of us, me, those 2, and the other 2, we all got together and had a group conference on StreamYard, but it was private. And we all kept blinking in and out, and the audio went weird. I mean, all the strangest things were happening. And while I'm looking at StreamYard now, every now and then D goes blank and comes back in. If you see that, it ain't nothing that we can't.
Right. It's the platform that we're using.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it'll go black with the buffering wheel or whatever, and then it pops back on. I don't know. It was doing that all last night too.
It was indeed.
It was crazy.
No, it's not just you, Sarah. I don't know what you know what is with the drones? Nobody knows because I bet you that's causing a lot of these issues with streaming things.
Oh, I don't know. I
know that where Katie Vintage and Vinyl is, it's what, Super Bowl season right now, or is the Super Bowl going on or something?
Well, that's on Sunday is Super Bowl.
Yeah, so she's told me that because she lives near a shopping mall, and when there's that going on, her internet can act up. So I guess it just depends on how much of a Wi-Fi or how much of a network is being used. I have no idea. I'm not that techie. I know the simple stuff.
I don't know. I am not a technological person. I know like the minimal amount that I need to know to function.
And then then it doesn't help when the platforms change something.
It's no different than when the grocery store moves the whole aisle and you're so used to it being in the same darn place.
I do not like change. I hate change.
To a degree. Not all change is horrible, but I get you. I like things to be the way that they are. Because that just means you have to adapt to something all over again. And then the minute you adapt to it, it changes again.
Right.
I'm almost afraid every time my cell phone says it wants to update. I know I need to do the update, but then I'm like, okay, the next morning, I'm going to feel like I'm 99 years old. There's probably 99-year-olds who know how to use a cell phone better than I do, but we're all probably in the same kettle of hot wax.
Yep.
Well, listen, which one of you good folk would like to take the floor? And we'll give you the floor and we'll hush and let you talk.
Well, I think you should go first.
No. I think one of you should go first.
Ladies first, as they say.
Look at them. Look at them. Well, here's what I did. How about the oldest one?
I'll go first, Mr. Scott.
Oh. All right. D, hold on while I enlarge you. Are you ready? I'm going to wave my magic wand and somehow, hopefully, not put like a kitten head on you, or I don't know. That's not what I wanted. So hold the line.
Love isn't always on time.
Well, that's not right. There we go. Okay, so guys, Scott, he has no clue what he's doing right now.
Be quiet, girl.
Okay, so what I wanted to discuss is something that actually came to my attention last night when I was talking with everyone. For the last 3 weeks, when I do my live sales, my background is reversed, or as they say, mirrored. So most people are used to seeing on one side my back door, my side door, and then on the other side is my hallway. Well, it's been reversed for 3 weeks, and it was brought to my attention during a sale 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, well, I don't understand what's going on with that because I never touched anything on my phone. I don't mess around really with the camera or anything like that. So then I got to thinking, well, maybe Winnie got a hold of my phone. It was, messing around. So then the following week, it was the same thing. And then the week after, it was the same thing again. Everything was reversed. Well, I'm here to let you all know that it is a YouTube glitch because I am not the only one that it has happened to. It also has happened with Scott. Yesterday, I was at my daughter's helping with the kids, and her and we tried to go live. Well, we went live because she wanted to see if it was reversed. Now, when we went live yesterday, last evening, was it last evening or the night before? I can't remember. It wasn't reversed when we were at her house. But then yesterday morning, when I did my live thrift haul, it was reversed again. So there is nothing that we can do. It is not us. We didn't mess with anything on our phones. It is something going on with YouTube. And trust me, there's a lot of glitches lately with YouTube. So until they figure out what they're doing, we just have to kind of go with it, guys. I don't like that things are reversed either, especially when we're trying to show you something that has writing. Of course, it's going to be backwards. But we just ask that you guys just kind of deal with it with us and know that it's not something that we did with our phones or our laptops or whatever. It is absolutely something that's going on with YouTube. So I just wanted y'all to know that. So that is my spiel. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. Heather Marie said she knows. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask now about this particular topic. If not, then we will move on to Vinny.
Oh.
Well, we're on StreamYard. Yes, we are on StreamYard, not YouTube. We're not streaming from YouTube right now. We are using StreamYard, just so that you all know that.
Yeah.
That's why it's okay.
Also, yes, it is an issue when you're trying to read print.
Right.
Because you hold up, I held something up and it was completely reversed. So
yeah, I just said that. Did you not hear me?
I did.
Okay.
But I don't want people to think that we're making a big deal out of not. Believe me,
Right.
because the other night when I did my live front seat frivolities, it caught everybody off guard because they thought I was in the passenger seat and not the driver's seat, and anything that had printed material on it, they couldn't read because it was backwards.
Right.
And everyone is so helpful. And they were trying to tell me to do this on your cell phone and that on your cell phone. But there wasn't really anything that I could do or can do with my cell phone. So
right.
That's an issue. And when I was in my truck, I was broadcasting live on YouTube and it flipped it.
Right.
As Dee said, we're on StreamYard tonight, which is a different
and that's another thing. I always do my live sales using YouTube. Vinny does his live sales using StreamYard. So you're going to notice like Vinny's is fine, but Scott and our live streams are backwards. And that's because we do our live sales using YouTube and not StreamYard. So wanted to put that out there as well. Not everybody uses YouTube when they do their live sales. Some use StreamYard and some use YouTube.
No, I did not change my camera setting to mirror mode. And Dee, you didn't change your camera to mirror mode either.
No.
So we did not change any. No,
nope.
That's not it. So
no, it's something that's going on with YouTube itself.
And we've done we've gone on YouTube a million times to broadcast, so we know push, click. There's all little things that you have to do, but none of us changed anything to make our cameras go to mirror mode.
No, I don't touch any settings on my camera.
No.
Whatsoever.
No. So there is a mode on the YouTube streaming for horizontal and vertical. Now that you have to set that.
Right.
You actually have to tell them, am I going to be vertical or horizontal? But they do not give you an option, and we have not touched our cell phones and changed orientations at all.
Nope.
So that's what I'm trying to explain, and that's it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's not something that we ourselves did. It is, nor is it something that we ourselves can fix.
It's beyond our control.
It has nothing to do with settings on our cell phones or anything like that.
Yeah,
it is a total YouTube issue.
Yeah. And I have seen that it hasn't only happened to me and Dee, but it's happening to other people. If it was just one person, you say, oh, well, something happened to your cell phone, but it has happened to many people, and we just can't explain it. So anyway.
Right. Elaine Marie said, do you still get credits with YouTube for us viewing when we're streaming from StreamYard? I'm assuming is what she's asking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And may I jump in? This there were glitches like this 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. You'll find like old tutorials and things online, but look at the date, because I looked at a tutorial thinking, oh, I can fix it, and it was a 6-year-old tutorial about how to fix a problem that was like 6 years ago. So and I checked, but there wasn't anything that was up to date that was talking about that. So
just for what you're saying, KP, my mirror mode is off.
Yeah, mine is too.
So
my mirror mode is not on.
Right.
So it's not something in our cameras. All right.
Correct.
Are there any other questions? Thank you, everybody.
Ouch.
Maybe you'll just have to get used to Dee's staircase over there.
I know.
Oh, I know. Wait,
people from Canada too, Justine said. It's happening with other people she follows, including from Canada.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so comforting to hear you validate what we're saying, that it's not, it's happening to other people, even in other countries. I know there was one more thing I wanted to tell you. Now, this might be me being me. When I did the thing in the truck, the front seat frivolities, and it had been flipped, I don't like to go back and watch my old videos because I'm critical. Oh, I don't like my accent, and I'm starting to get wrinkles, and you don't like your voice, and I look like death chewing on a cracker, So I don't watch my reruns. Do you guys watch your reruns?
The only time I do is if I forgot to write something down during a live sale, and that's the only time. Well,
I do have a point to my I'm long-winded. I came home and I said, well, let me take a look at it and see how awful it looked with me being flipped. Well, there was something else that I noticed that bugged the dickens out of me, and I'm going to tell you what it is. When I watch a video, I can tell, and I bet you can too, if a person is looking at themselves or if they're looking at the camera. Because if they're looking at the camera, then you, the viewers, feel like we are looking in your eyes. We're looking at you. If we're looking at ourselves and we're close to the camera, our eyeballs are, it's like, you're not looking at me. And maybe I'm weird, but when I watch a video, I like it when people's eyes are looking in my eyes, not like looking, I can tell when they're not looking at me, And so I'm cognizant of that. And I actually look at the aperture of the camera because I know that my eyes will be looking at you. When I looked at that video, I was so mad because my eyes weren't looking at me. They were looking off. So not only does it flip it, but it makes where your eyeballs are looking not like I'm looking in your eyes. Now that you might say, gosh, you're going way overboard, but raise your hand now. I know some of you out there know what I'm talking about. You can tell when the eyeballs are on you and when they're not.
Scott, next time we all get together, I want you to show me where you look. So say do you ever use your phone? You use your phone, right?
Absolutely.
I want you to show me on your phone where you look.
Okay.
Because I just look ahead. I don't know.
Well, if you're really close to the camera, you can't see it. But I look at the camera, and if you look at your cell phone when it's off, you'll see it's like a pinhead. That's what's recording you. So it's if I'm looking straight forward, I'm not looking in your eyes. And if I look at the camera, then it appears to you as if I'm looking at you. It might be something small. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Will somebody please say, yep, I got that? Because otherwise, maybe I'm just weird. But
no, I do.
See, yes, I would rather. Yeah, a couple. No, it's you can see on your camera where you can see on your cell phone where the little, I guess you call it and that's where you look.
I see on my phone like a little blue or green dot where the camera is right here.
And sometimes if you're, depending on the distance you are away from the camera, you'll really see it or you won't. So like right now, I am looking at D. Now I'm going to move my eyes and look in the camera. Are you ready? Now watch me. Okay, D, I'm looking at you. Now I'm looking in the aperture of the camera. My eyes should be looking at you at home watching. So if you're at home watching, our eyes should meet right now because I'm looking right at you. Now I'm going to take my eyes off the camera and I'm not looking at my audience. I don't know if you could see that, but it's a little thing, but I guess
I can see it.
I like to see your eyeballs. You could see it, Donna. Donna says she could see it. That's just me.
Somebody said they could see me looking right at them. So I'm literally looking right at the little dot where my camera is instead of looking at the screen.
That's right, Vinny. That means that you're connecting with your audience. You're looking them in the eye. When people look at themselves instead of the camera, our eyeballs don't connect. Now, I'm talking too much.
Right. No, I know what you're talking about because I used to watch this girl on YouTube. She did craft videos. And she was always like this, looking over here while she was talking to me over here. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I just wanted to point that out, that when I watched that rerun, not only was I flipped, but I was mad at myself because I wasn't looking at my audience. I'm sitting here watching myself getting annoyed because, Scott, you're not looking at me. You're looking at yourself. And it just...
Well, it's tough when you're at a weird angle too. Like, because you have to make sure it's especially if you're in your car or you're not like my phone is on a tripod and I know exactly where to look. When you're in your car, it's kind of weird because you're not able to put it directly in front of you unless you have your phone propped on your steering wheel.
Yeah.
So it's just something you got to look at, and you check sometimes a little too much because you're worried you're not looking directly at folks. I've done it. I still do it to make sure I'm properly centered. But once I figure out where it is, it's like I got to keep my focus right there. It's like I'm talking to my boss. I'm not going to look over here. I'm not going to look over there. I'm going to look directly at them because it shows that I'm hearing what they're saying.
Patsy said she thought when you look away that you're reading the chat. Which I was just doing. I just did look away to read the chat on my laptop.
That's what I do too. Like I look away for a second. Like the other day, I had to tell people I'm looking down at my chat because I couldn't see it on the phone. So I'm like, forgive me. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm trying to interact with you all in the chat or see what you're saying or who won things because it wouldn't pop up on my feed for me to say, hey, congrats so-and-so for claiming that item. Thank you. It's just, it's not a rude thing. Because even someone one time when you and I were live, Scott, someone got mad and said, oh, he's playing games on his phone. And then I'm like, no, I'm interacting with people while he's engaging with folks. So that way I don't interrupt him. I can still talk to you all. So some people just don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, and that's a valid point. And that's about, like looking at the chat. But when I'm actually talking to the people, I remind myself, don't look at myself, look in the camera so that eyeballs connect. So I hope YouTube will put it back the way that it was and I can get my eyeballs back on you when I live stream. Vinny, you want to take the floor on the next topic?
I'm going to go and get another drink, and while Vinny is chatting.
All right.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Forgive me if I'm kind of like, I took a little nap and woke up a little bit anxious. So forgive me. So I just wanted to come on here and let you all know about shipping. The East Coast. If you live on the East Coast or got hit with all that crazy winter weather that we've been getting lately. The post office, can be delayed in getting you your items. I've had a couple of emails from one buyer, and I just saying that the package hadn't been delivered yet, and I would just say, hey, I'm so sorry about this. I can give you a tracking number so you can check out where your item is. So with Scott, Dee, Tammy, and Dave, and myself, you all know that we're pretty efficient on getting things out in the mail, be it through online platforms like eBay or Mercari or wherever. or through our lives. Like we're pretty good at getting it packed up and invoiced and out the door as soon as possible. With the, the post office shortages, when winter weather hits, post office worker shortages, things can be delayed. And once items go to the post office, we don't have control over where the items go. So it's not just, it's going to get to you in like a day or two, like Amazon. It takes a little bit longer sometimes. And moving into the next topic, as you all know, the holiday season is over and the post office is not going to be as flooded with packages as it would be during the holiday season. So rates tend to go up a little bit during the holiday season because, supply and demand, people need to get stuff out. So of course they're going to raise the prices up. With the holiday season being over and not as many packages going through the post office, rates will of course go down because the demand to get things out as soon as possible is not as crazy as it is during the holidays. So with that being said, with the rates dropping, a lot of us have been using Ground Advantage to ship out our stuff. And before, I think during the holidays, it was a lot of people were using UPS because the rates were cheaper than USPS. With the postage rate, it is now just much cheaper for all of us to ship USPS Ground Advantage. Now, with that being said, when we print out the labels and such on Pirate Ship or eBay or wherever we're printing out our labels, it'll say it can get to you between 2 and 5 business days. So it does take a little bit longer to get to you all, but it's the cheapest option at the moment. So, we want to make sure that you all get your stuff, of course, but also we don't want to charge you an arm and a leg to ship. So it's kind of like maybe almost like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. It's either you want to pay a little bit more and you get it faster, or you let us send you a cheaper option and it takes a little bit longer. Now, of course, I would prefer that I get, I'd pay a cheaper rate. And most of the items that I buy from a personal standpoint, are not things that I need like directly, like right away. So if I can get something at a cheaper rate and it takes a little bit longer to get here, I'm perfectly okay with that. But if it's something you need like right away, we can of course offer you a different shipping, what am I trying to say? Offer you a different shipping service, but of course the price might be a little bit more elevated because to get you, I don't know, that piece of glass you need for your collection, you want it ASAP, of course Express is going to be way more than Ground Advantage, just for an example. So it's important to know that we do try to offer you all the best shipping price as possible for anything that y'all purchase from us, and we greatly appreciate it. And I know that for some folks it can be frustrating. Trust me, there are times when I buy something and like I said, I don't need it right away, but when it goes past the time that the post office says it's supposed to be here, yeah, that does get a little frustrating. But at the end of the day, the post office can only do what they can do, and once it's out of the seller's hand again, it's beyond anything that you or I could do. And the best thing that we can offer you all is a tracking number, because even sometimes the tracking on the USPS website is different from what you'll see on Pirate Ship, because they just don't update it. It's the weirdest thing. Like even when you track your package on eBay, for example, and it says, oh, it's somewhere, wherever it is. But then you go onto the USPS website and then you check it there and it tells you it's in a completely different area because maybe the post office updated it faster than eBay did or Pirate Ship did. Not all platforms are perfect. Like I said, we all do the best that we can to ensure that you all get your items and in a timely manner. But, with everything going on right now, it's a little tough, but, we're managing and doing the best that we can with what we're able to do. And yeah, I think that's about it. Does anybody have anything that any questions they need answered? I'll keep I have my chat over here, so forgive me. I'm looking to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So Elaine Marie says that Ground Advantage has tracking. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. So it looks like Heather and Shane, or what does Scott call them? Shether, says, don't you think that UPS being $1 or so more just to use UPS instead?
I don't, because I think I feel like my customers would like to save $2.
Right.
I know I would.
I think for me, in a way, it's not necessarily worth it because I have to drive to get to UPS. And I would rather just make it easier for me and for the other folks to do the USPS. Now, granted, if it's like, let's say, I don't know, something is like $25 to ship it to California, and then USPS offers it for like 11, and then maybe Pirate Ship says, or not Pirate Ship, UPS says, oh, we can do it for maybe 7 or 8, maybe, but that's just an example. That's not an exact figure there, but I think if the rate is significantly cheaper, even than Ground Advantage, I would, go the extra mile and run down to UPS for you. But if it's just like $1 or $2 cheaper,
right,
I would rather just do it USPS and just put it out with everything else. That way I can just put it out on my front porch and then have it all go out at the same time. That's just me, though. So it looks like Joan says that she appreciates when she gets the less expensive shipping cost. Absolutely. I think we all would.
Yeah, I think so far the consensus in the chat is they would prefer less shipping costs. And I totally agree.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's like 40 cents, 50 cents, then I could see, but when it's like $1, $2, $3, $4, no.
Yeah.
The bottom line takeaway on this for me is that before Christmas, the cheapest on almost every box was UPS.
Right.
Now, the cheapest is Ground Advantage. Having said that, you will notice that if people use Pirate Ship and they stick with the cheapest, you're going to see a shift. The UPS man won't become, or lady won't be coming that much. It's going to be United States Post Office, whether it's Ground Advantage or Priority Mail. That's the shift. So now I'm back at my post office, and my ladies are so funny. They got mad at me. They said, "Are you cheating on us? Where have you been?" Because I don't do pickup. I go to the post office. I do, and it's easy. It's easier for me. I have a pickup truck. If it's not raining, I can put all the boxes in the back of my truck. It's a lovely post office. It's just a few blocks away. And if you would allow me to tell a quick story, this happened today.
Will you allow me to eat my cheese and pepperoni while you tell your story?
I would be honored, Dee, if you would if you would carry on. My story is short. I took everything to the United States Post Office this morning. They were busy. I think people were trying to get in before the next snow. And I didn't get to talk to my girls. So I put everything up on the counter and she woohooed at me and off I went. Well, 30 minutes later, I'm driving down the highway and a telephone call comes through on my cell phone and it says United States government. I thought, United States government, who's calling me? And I didn't answer it. I thought, no. Tax fraud? No. Well, when I played the message, it was my girl at the post office. I don't even know how she got my telephone number. She called me. She said her first name. She said my first name because we know each other. And she said, you dummy, what are you doing leaving boxes here for another shipping company? And you know what she said? She said, I'm going to take them for you because I'm going by there, but don't you ever do it again. That is hometown personal post office. And when I go into that post office the next time, I'm taking her, I don't know, some brownies or something, maybe a ginger.
Right.
That was nice.
My mailman is fantastic. He is awesome.
Get to know.
Yes. And I'm sure he was loving the fact that UPS was getting a ton of packages and he was getting like 6. But now it's the total opposite. So the bins that I put outside for my mailman to put my packages in, I had to switch them. So now he gets the 2 big ones and UPS gets a big one and a small one. So,
yeah.
But he's awesome. He's fantastic.
Well, I just wanted to give, I have never once badmouthed the United States Post Office, and I will not. I know sometimes you have bad experiences, but I'm glad they're there. I couldn't be in business without them. And I'm just shouting out, get to know, your postal folks. And I couldn't believe it when she said, I'm going to put them in my car because I'm driving by and I'll drop them off for you. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's sweet.
So I wanted to throw that out there. It was wonderful. So that's what's going on with postage. Now I will be quick on this. Let me blow myself up. Wait a minute. Is that what I want to do? Okay. PayPal. Oi. I'm having issues. Dee's having issues. Vinny, I don't know if Vinny's having issues. I talked to Dee and we both, oh my goodness, yes, it happened to me too. Let me tell you what happened. The other day, I sent out all my invoices like I normally do on Tuesday morning. Yeah. And then normally throughout the day, people pay and I get a notification. So I was off doing something in the truck during the day. And bam, bam, bam. I got 5 emails from PayPal. And it said 5 of my invoices could not be delivered because the recipient either had a full mailbox or it was just undeliverable. I thought that can't be because these are regular customers that buy from me every week or every other week. All their information is saved. That just can't be true. And I thought, I can't not deal with this now. I've got too much to do today. I'll deal with this when I get home. Well, by the time I got home, 4 of those 5 people paid. So I knew that those messages were an error, a glitch, something was wrong. But, it gets better. And this happened to Dee too. And she'll come in and she'll say, yep, that happened to me too. It gets even better. The next day, some of those people got an email saying that they had an overdue invoice. I have to say, you are the best folk on the earth. Nobody told me off. Nobody got hot under the collar. A couple people wrote and gave me an opportunity to write back and say, you're fine. I know you paid. That is unnerving when you get, you paid, and then you get a message that says you didn't pay. How that happened, Wasn't anything I did. I don't know, but that's what happened. A couple of my invoices, when I hit send, it said that they were sent. Somebody wrote and said, Scott, I didn't get an invoice yet. I logged back into PayPal and it's listed as a draft. But I know I hit send, and I got, when you hit send on PayPal, a screen pops up and it says, what does it say, Vinny and D? Your invoice is on its way. It was sent. You know,
yeah,
that little thing pops up.
Yeah.
So you know you've sent it. And yet there were at least two that when the people said they didn't get an invoice, I went back and looked, and they were saved as drafts. Somebody sat in a draft, and it wasn't me. And so I had to resend them. So I want to thank everyone for being so understanding and so kind when things are strange. Instead of jumping to a conclusion, you give us a chance to work it out. And we always work it out. We either, now I make mistakes. Oh, golly. I send the wrong box to the wrong person and the wrong label. And
been there, done that.
I've done it. We've all done it.
Oh, yeah.
And you feel horrible when you do, but you try to straighten it out. But that's what is going on. And it hasn't just happened to me. Well, KP, I hear you say it's not a big deal, but I have to tell you, it is a big deal when it's customer service. I mean,
right.
You understand? Let me bring everybody back in. You're very understanding, and I appreciate that. But I have had, folks, when they pay and then they get a message that says you hadn't paid or they don't get an invoice, it can create problems with customer service. So I appreciate that it not being a big deal for you, but trust me, the general, there are other folks out there that will have a fit about it, and it's nothing that we've done. So, it does cause problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about you?
I mean, I've had it happen the last couple of weeks. I sent everyone's invoice out, and I'll get a message saying your invoice wasn't delivered because either the email address was incorrect or their mailbox is full.
Yeah, I had that happen too.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's not happening to like 5 people. You know what I mean? So, and then the people end up paying. Even though I got that message, as you can see, PayPal is incorrect because if they didn't receive their invoice, they wouldn't have paid it.
Right.
So, and I always, y'all know how I am with my shipping. I do all my invoicing the day after my sale. I want all my invoices. I want everything packed and done to get everything taken care of. So when I get, emails saying so-and-so, or I didn't get my invoice, and I know darn well I sent it because it's showing that it was sent, something's going on. And it's not, as he said, it's happening to me, Scott, Vinny. So there's some things going on with PayPal these days, and unfortunately, it's not something that we can fix.
Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, and I can say that sometimes. Look at this! My cat's trying to take my ice cubes out of my cup. I have occasionally done someone's invoice and forgot to hit send.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll email me and say, I was looking for my invoice and I didn't get it. So I'll go back in and check, and I'll see that it goes as a draft, like Scott said. And all I have to do is go back in and hit send, and I'm good to go. I mean, it does happen, from time to time. But for the most part, it's a lot of stuff going on with PayPal, unfortunately.
And it's not even just PayPal either. Like well, I mean, this is kind of an outside of what we do kind of a thing, but long story short, I want to say it was last month or so, maybe within the last month or 2 months, we did a DoorDash order and I paid for it. They said the order went through. I checked my bank account to make sure that it went through and it took it, but then it looks like I got the money back. So I'm freaking out. Like, okay, what's going on here? It says the order's been processed, the whole 9 yards. Your order's ready to go pick it up. So I go pick it up, whatever. And then I notice, okay, the money's still saying I got the money back. So then I went back to the Wendy's where we ordered from and I explained the whole situation. They said they got their funds and DoorDash got theirs. I called the DoorDash service. So there's glitches going on everywhere is what I'm trying to say. So I was freaking out that either that Wendy's that right around the corner from me didn't get their money or DoorDash didn't get their money, something. So it's not just us. It's not just our businesses that are affected. I think whatever glitch is going on is happening among many other establishments.
I'd also like to share one more thing. And this is the reason why this is important. 2 things. Now, and thank you, Dee, Vinny, and everybody in the chat who's participating. This is helpful. I hope it's helpful to everyone who's watching. Here's why this is a big deal. Now, when I got those 5 messages Tuesday saying that all those invoices were undeliverable, if I had been at home at that moment on my laptop, I would have resent all of those invoices. Okay? You might not be thinking about that because you don't do it.
Right.
Trust me. Can you imagine now if I had sent double invoices?
Oh gosh.
Right? So
I've done that.
Also, here's another one. Now it just went whoop, just like that. Wait a minute, let me have a bite of my cracker. Maybe it'll just like that. It went.
Well, that didn't take long.
It didn't take long. Oh golly, there was something else I'm going to tell you. Rats, cats, rats, and elephants. Well,
CRS.
You can see where I'm going, right? I would have sent double invoices had I not been on the road and then seen that people were paying. Oh, I know what it was.
Hurry up and spit it out before you forget again.
Well, I did forget again. Yes, the other issue. When things
no, Patsy, no money tonight. Sorry.
Okay. The other issue is anytime that you've got to fix a problem, remember, in business, time is money. So when there's a screw up and I have to go back and sort it out, you can spend a half an hour. Go searching for, going through emails and try to find out, oh no, yeah. So when it doesn't go smoothly, it's an issue for us because we have to straighten it out, and you want us to straighten it out as quickly as possible, obviously, because you're the customer. I don't want to leave you hanging. So yeah.
You go, girl, Bonnie. You go, girl. She's toying with the idea of reselling when she retires.
All right. Well,
yep.
It's I'll tell you, you really, it'll open up a whole new understanding of what this is like when you actually have to do it.
Yeah.
And what this has taught me is, if the plumber comes over to install a toilet, I leave him or her alone.
Yeah.
I don't try to tell the plumber how to plumb, and I don't tell the electrician how to, because what might seem obvious to me could be completely haywire because I don't have any experience. So we learn from each other, and I think you'll do fine. let yourself make some mistakes and lean on other people. And it is a lot of fun. So jump into it. I say jump into it and do it. So did anybody have any questions about the PayPal little glitches? I think we pretty much talked.
I didn't see any questions.
Yeah.
Well,
everybody seems to think the information is helpful, which is awesome, because that's what we were trying to do for you all, just to make it easier for you to understand what in the world is going on.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just us. It's not a thing we're doing. It's just something that's automatically happening, and we have no control over fixing it. It's just
right.
Trust me, it's just as frustrating for us as it is for you all.
Who are you telling? I was like, oh my God, why are all my live videos backwards? How am I going to fix this? And I'm like looking on my phone. I'm looking at the settings. I'm like, I don't understand it. I didn't touch anything.
Right.
And it does. It drives you crazy, because you're thinking it's something that you did, and it's not.
Yeah.
And then you spend all that time trying to figure out something that you can't do anything about. Talking about time is money, you know what I mean?
Well, that was me trying to do streams through YouTube for a while. Like, I was trying to do it, and then I have to keep ending the streams each week because nothing was working right. And I'm like, and then I'd get off the stream to, make another one, and then I just try to deep healing breath, calm down. It's not the end of the world, but I'm seething and frustrated.
Because you feel bad for the people that want to be at your sale.
Right.
Making them jump back and forth to this stream, this stream, this stream.
Right. And so I finally just said, look, after the writing being backwards, because y'all know I put tags on my stuff for y'all to see, so that way I can hold it up for y'all if anything is glitchy or whatever. So when it was backwards, I'm like, I can't handle this. I'm just going to end this. I'm going right to StreamYard. I'm going to do it through StreamYard because it's going to be fine. I'm not going to have any problems. Knock on wood, and then I can't see the chat. So it's just like, when is it going to end? Where's my bleep? Where's my little bleep button?
Yes.
And I have to tell you, I am perfectly capable of messing things up on my own.
Me too.
Join the club.
I'm always
we don't need any help from anything else.
No, I'm always cleaning up my messes and I'm the first to admit, so when messes are brought on by these other platforms that we didn't create, it just adds. But again, I have to say that you guys and gals are so understanding, and I appreciate.
Yes, absolutely.
Very
and
much
I have
so.
to tell you, I want to say one other thing. I have done some comedy shorts where I pretend I'm on the phone with the insurance company, but I have to tell you, that's true, because I recently was doing changes with medical plans and insurance and calling around to different offices and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a joy.
And after having done this has made me appreciate so much. I got a receptionist on the telephone from a dentist's office. She would not let me go. She stayed on that telephone and she did what she did not have to do. And I told her, I said, look, I may not be coming to you as a dentist, but I'm coming to your office because it's about 10 miles from my house. And I am going to tell your office manager, and I'm going to do this. She gave me her name and everything. She wasn't dismissive. She stayed with me. She repeated things. She went way and above what she needed to do to help me. I appreciated that so much. And when you get that kind of service,
customer service, that's what it's all about.
It was wonderful. And so having said that, I want to thank everybody who is so kind when I am supposed to send a package to Sammy and I send it to Mary, or when the invoice, when I forget the invoice, or when I put a package in the back of my truck and it goes under the seat. And 10 days later, hey, Scott, are you going to ship? I really appreciate it. So
it happens.
Here's a round of applause to all of our wonderful friends, whether you buy anything or not. Thank you for your kindness and your understanding when things get goofy.
Yes.
Because it does, and it unfolds quick. Believe it or not.
I've sent a package to Cindy Short, and it was supposed to go to Cindy Smith. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
It's
I've done
something that happens. You know, you're doing so many packages at one time that it does happen. And I have to say that my wonderful customers are always so amazing. I will contact them and say, if I mail you the shipping label, will you put it on the package and pop it out for the mailman? And I will, you know what I mean? And they're always, oh, absolutely, no problem. And y'all don't know how much that means to us when you're willing to do something like that, because even though we're the ones that messed up. So I just want to say thank you, for being understanding. Bonnie.
Oh, that's funny.
Bonnie, I know Chrissy hasn't gotten to you yet, but Chrissy is in the mail. Chrissy is in the mail. Okay. Because I took everything that needed to go out went out this morning, because if we get what we're supposed to get Saturday night into Sunday, I won't be going anywhere on Sunday, and then probably Wednesday and probably Thursday and probably Friday. So,
right.
Okay. Well, I think we chewed that up.
Absolutely.
And spit it out. What else? What you want to talk about, everybody? We're going to give each person a chance to talk about some of their sales that might be coming up. And I'd like to get that business out of the way. I would like to say that I'll go first. On Sunday, I'm going to be participating in, bear with me, it's called the For the Love of Vintage Live Sale Extravaganza. I was invited to participate, and the host is Beth. Oh my goodness. This is Carolina Princess Sweet Treat Pretty. Beth and Dolores, they are going to be the host, and it's Central Time. It's what time is it? CT time, which isn't East Coast. What's CT time?
It's an hour behind us. So if it's 9:39 here, it's 8:39 in Texas, where they are.
Okay, thank you, Vinny. It will start Sunday morning at 10:30. And it will be on the channel of Carolina Princess Sweet Treat and Pretty. I will do a promo for it tomorrow. Beth, if you're watching, I apologize. I'm way behind, but I'm getting back on track. So I'll participate, and a whole bunch of people are going to be doing it. I'll be with Patrick the Trusty Huckster. Pamela Blanchard will be with Cindy Mimi Treasure Cottage, and Arnie. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason and Tina, and a whole bunch of people are going to participate. So anyway, I hope you'll get a chance to join everybody for that. And thank you, Beth, for inviting me to do it. What have you guys got going on?
Go ahead, Vinny.
So I have my regularly scheduled sale tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. In terms of other sales that I'm doing, I may or may not do like a small reference book sale, because I acquired a lot of them in the last couple of months. So I'm thinking about maybe popping up, doing a few of those here and there. My eBay store, if you all have been following it, it has been blowing up. I have been going I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, balls to the wall, crazy, putting stuff up. Because long story short, I did a lot more shopping in 2024 than I did listing. So I am just pumping out the stuff. And that's why y'all are seeing an influx of videos, or have seen at least a video a day from me this week. Probably going into next week too, because I want to get caught up, and I want to start showing y'all stuff I found so far this year in 2025. Because right now it got to a point where I just was like, I need to start blitzing this stuff, because it's not selling if it's sitting, unless it's listed, of course.
Right.
So just keep your eyes peeled for that stuff. Of course, if there's something that you see that is going to be in my eBay store, you can always check the link in my description box to there if you were interested in something. Because most of the things that go to my eBay store are either not something I would want to bring to a sale, or, is worth a lot more than what I think I could get for it live. So that's why it's there.
Am I bringing the September Girl painting to my live sale tomorrow? The September Girl painting. Oh, the little 5x7. I wasn't planning on it, but I will absolutely bring it if you are interested, Bonnie. So I will add it. To my sale items for tomorrow. So, yes. So I have my normal Saturday sale tomorrow at 3:00 Eastern. I'm also participating in Galentine's with Tammy from Vintage Uprising, Texas on the 13th. And it's going to be, here, bubbies, come on. It's going to be, I can't remember what time. I think it's 7 Eastern, 6 Central. No, 8 Central. You just said that, Vinny. Central's behind us.
Yeah, so if it's 8 p.m. Central, it's 9 p.m. here.
Okay. No, I know it's earlier than that, but it's Thursday on Tammy's channel. And then I'm also participating in a sale with Tammy, and it's going to be a linen sale. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern, but Tammy and I haven't decided whose channel we're going to do it on yet. But we will post promos to keep you guys informed. But it's definitely going to be on the 17th of February. It's a Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then in March, I'm just going to throw this out there, March 5th, I was invited to go on the Revive It Sisters channel, and it's going to be at 6:15 Eastern on their channel, and we're going to do, some chatting and some selling. So that should be a lot of fun. I always love to sell with Heather and Shane. So, there it is. Galentine's, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. I didn't know if you were still in the chat. So I need to mark that actually on my calendar so I don't forget. So it's 8:00 Eastern, 7 Central. Okay, got it. And we'll be doing a craft and chat for the Galentine's. So hope y'all can make it. Oh, you're welcome, girls. Yes, linens. So that'll be a good sale. Everybody seems to love linens.
Fantastic.
Time marches on. Ash Wednesday is.
I know. Ash Wednesday. I used to get my ashes when I every Ash Wednesday when I worked at the nursing home from Father Julio. God bless him. He passed away. Yeah, I used to get my ashes.
Oh, okay.
Vinny, you're having your live sale tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I had to look up what Ash Wednesday was.
Well, it's Catholic. It's a Catholic holiday.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not Catholic.
It's not?
It's Christian. It's a Christian holiday.
Oh, I thought it was Catholic.
Oh, no. We Methodists have do the Ash.
Oh, I didn't. I see. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that.
We did. I learned something new every day as well.
Yeah, I don't.
Now, do you guys celebrate Palm Sunday and get palms?
All of Holy Week.
Oh, okay.
So Palm Sunday, Maundy Thursday, Good Friday.
Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the whole the Passion season, the whole thing from Ash Wednesday all the way through.
Okay.
But isn't it great, to talk about Easter season coming up because it's
spring.
I'm so ready for spring. I just don't want it to go from really cold to like disgustingly hot right away. That's what I don't want.
Right.
Well,
because that's awful.
We seem to not really have an actual spring.
No,
here
we don't.
It goes from 30 degrees to 70. It's like nothing in between. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but I'll take it. As long as there's no snow or ice and I can travel and go places, I'm fine with it. I have air conditioning for a reason.
You go, Bonnie. That would be those would look beautiful behind that picture. That picture was stunning. The color. She bought the most beautiful Last Supper picture from me. The colors in this, and it was old. The colors in this picture were so vibrant and beautiful. It was just amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, everyone's still talking about Ash Wednesday and Palm Sunday.
You always knew everybody, because everybody had them on their forehead, so you knew what religion they were or whatever.
Kind of like how Jewish men wear the yarmulke, so but they wear that all year though, right? They don't. That's not just limited to.
No,
their holidays.
I think they always wear them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have a religious upbringing, so I had forgotten all. I'd heard about Ash Wednesday, but I'd never really read into it.
Well, see, I was brought up Catholic. I went to Catholic schools for the majority of my life, and now I have to say I'm not a very good practicing Catholic. I don't go to church or anything. I can talk to God anywhere.
Right.
I can pray to God anywhere. I don't have to go into a church to.
Right. Yeah.
But that's just me.
Times have changed, but the way people do things have changed.
Yeah. I'm glad, Bonnie. I'm so glad you loved it. I thought it was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I like the colors on that. I remember because you sold that at one of our sales, our group sales, right? I think you did.
I don't exactly remember.
Because I remember it was just really the colors were so bright. I mean, you could tell that it was an older piece because most because that Last Supper print has been made for years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
But the older ones, even with any other items that you find from decades past, the colors are just, you can tell it's old because the colors are always so bright
they were just
vivacious
amazing.
and
so beautiful.
Today it's not like that. Everything is screen printed and they make all that stuff reproduction and it just doesn't look as nice as
it's not
an older piece at all.
And it's not as vibrant. It's it's more muted looking and
yeah, it's I mean, I love the technology we have today, but some things can never be will never be the same as they were.
Right.
It was beautiful, and I think I was watching you when you sold that.
Okay.
Some of those old like chromolithographs, you're right. The colors just are, if they haven't faded, they're
No,
just beautiful.
they just
Well,
pop
even-
right out at you. I mean, that's how I noticed it on the shelf, was because of the colors. Because I was panning the thing, and all of a sudden it was like boing. I was like, oh my God, look at that. I couldn't get it down quick enough. It was amazing.
Elaine, you have a question? Fire away. But we're just kind of hanging out here.
Shooting the breeze.
Are you painting your porch ceiling this year, Scott?
Yep.
I'm painting my kitchen soon. Finally.
No painting for me. I do want to put some stuff up in here, though.
I am going to. Thank you for asking. I have half of it painted, but it got the summer got away from me. I'll tell you though, the best thing I did, the best money I spent was hiring a lawn service, because I am not a lawnmower guy. I had fun like the first year. I cut grass when I was younger. In fact, I had to cut I used to cut a cemetery with a push lawnmower. And Briar, we've already gone through that, and Jeffrey exaggerated because he wanted attention. I did not make him carry a refrigerator up a flight of steps. So nip that in the bud again.
That was funny. Briar, that's why I was laughing.
I know, but it's based upon an exaggeration from Jeffrey Reed.
I know.
In fact, the refrigerator is basically an apartment size. It came up through the kitchen door, and we happened to be out at a where were we? Anyway, we saw it, and it was fantastic. And he was with me, and it was so light. We had to take it up like 8 steps. We got it right by the kitchen door, and then he had to go to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom. When he came back, by the time he came back, I had the refrigerator over the threshold in the kitchen, out of the box, in the corner, and plugged in. So I did not make Jeffrey Reed carry a refrigerator up a flight of steps. He started that. But I'll tell you what, D. Hey, D.
Yes.
If you come stay with me, for your payment, I'll cook you breakfast, and you can have the guest room. Will you finish painting my ceiling? You won't, will you?
Hell no! I hate painting. That's why my kitchen looks like it does. I hate painting.
You're gonna remodel your kitchen?
It needs to be painted because I took everything off my walls, filled all the holes, and there it sits. And I just, with my thumb being the way it was, so now that I got my surgery done, my thumb is on the mend. I am going to paint my kitchen finally.
What color did you choose?
It's gonna be like it's not gonna be white. It's gonna be like an antique white or like an ivory color, like a little bit deeper than an ivory color.
Okay.
So yeah, I just have to pick out, the paint, and I hate painting so much. It's like I dread it. Because I have outside here, outside this door is a little area, the ceiling and a wall, that I got to do. Then I have the hallway going down the hall to the kitchen. Then I have the kitchen. Then I have the hallway where my back door is, and then going down the stairs. that I gotta paint. So it's not just like a one room, like a kitchen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I would really love to pay somebody to do it. Oh, hell no, Patsy.
Well,
no. You know that old saying, if you want something done right, do it yourself? My son, no. Painting, no. I wish.
I haven't done my 1940s wallpaper border either. I have the rolls and I'm going to do it. But you know, when I moved into this house, it was just a white box. It was a white box, and there was so much to do. And in the dining room and living room, it had popcorn ceiling.
Oh.
That was the first thing I took care of, was redoing that whole ceiling, because I knew I would. No, I'm not criticizing popcorn, but I knew.
No, that's the worst though to fix. Messy, and
I'd rather just strip it off and paint a color.
But I'm saying it's like such a messy job to get rid of a popcorn ceiling.
I know.
Who you telling?
I know.
So anyway, I did all of that, and then you start moving in furniture and you get to things. And so I still have little things, the wallpaper, the wallpaper border that's from the 40s. I know when I first said that, people, wow, that's so 80s. But trust me, there was wallpaper border ever since the Victorian days. There's always been wallpaper border. So anyway, that and doing some light fixtures, just little tweaky little things that you kind of get to. And
I just want to know if you fixed that switch plate in your kitchen.
No, in the dining. No, I put a lampshade.
Is it the dining room?
I put a lampshade in front of it. It's the same way in the kitchen. And I'm always afraid when I go in there at night and there's no lights on, that I'm going to stick my hand and touch the electrical wire, because you could, without hitting the switch, because I haven't electrocuted myself yet, but I've electrocuted myself so many times in my life, it wouldn't make a difference.
So that's what happened. That explains everything.
I was taking things apart as a teenager. I've had more household current through these bones. I don't know. I'll either, it is KP on the to-do. My to-do list isn't as big as it was. I have to say that. But
Patsy, I believe you spray it down with hot water, the popcorn ceiling, and let it soak in, and then scrape it off.
Yep. Man,
what a mess. Right, Scott? Is that how you got it?
Well, and then I still had the old Thomas Edison knob and tube wiring. Now, if you don't come from an old town or an old state or an old house, here in Jersey, I mean, everything, if you live in the original 13 colonies, and I have my whole life, and so has my whole family, and it hadn't been, it can be okay. It was okay in 1925, but it needed to come out. I still have remnants of it. I asked them to leave, just, cut it, but leave it. I like the look of it in the attic and down in the basement. I just like that. So you can still see all the wiring and the insulators, and I love that. But whole new circuit board and all of that kind of stuff. So we got all that taken care of first.
No, so but I'm talking about the popcorn ceiling. When you you removed it, you sprayed it with the hot water and let it sit and then scraped it?
And then you scrape it. And then, of course, the hardwood floors have to be covered, and you can't have any furniture. That's the reason why it took me, oh golly, maybe almost 2 months before I moved in. But thank you for asking. I appreciate you guys asking about that. Thank you.
Yeah, my to-do list is always long. That's the nature of being someone who suffers with ADD.
Yeah.
I create more work for myself than I should sometimes.
Yeah, a wallpaper steamer. Yeah, you can do that too, I do believe, Justine. To get rid of the popcorn. You could use one of those those great big steamers.
Did we have no? I don't know if we had popcorn ceilings or not in my dad's condo. I think we did, but it wasn't like heavy popcorn. It was almost like if you looked up, you could see like little floral designs in it. It was like a very weird thing, but I think that was probably trendy in the 90s. I don't know.
Add the dining room light fixture to the to-do list, Scott.
I know.
What are you doing? Like, I don't know what you're doing.
I was pointing to the comments and then answering them with a yes or a no.
Okay.
It might have been out of sync. I don't know. Was it out of sync?
No, I thought you were doing that for us to look.
Oh no, I was not. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking, so I wanted to give them a yes or no answer.
Gotcha.
But anyway, well.
Gotcha.
Has anybody else got anything else to say?
Nope. All I can say is my sale tomorrow is going to be epic.
Oh.
Because last week, when I did my live thrift haul, I was telling everybody that I'm changing my decor to primitive / farmhouse / comfy, cozy, rustic. And so I am getting rid of things tomorrow, guys.
Oh boy.
That were on my shelves in my kitchen. Plus some other awesome things. So my sale tomorrow is going to be very, very good.
Awesomeness.
All right. You go, Steel. Yes. So look forward to that. When are you adopting another cat? Oh, he's got a stuffed cat there. It's very hard to see now. If my son didn't live here, I have 3 cats, so it would be very hard for me to go away and like meet up with everybody with 3 cats at home. I would have to have someone come in and check their, do the litter boxes and all that. I don't know if Scott wants to have to worry about who's going to take care of his cat when he's, away. I know, like I said, when my son, if he ever moves out, I'm going to have someone, take care of my cats while I'm gone.
Yeah. I'm fortunate enough. I still live at home, so
Thanks,
two people are here, so animals get taken care of, and
right.
Fortunately, cats and a bunny rabbit are very independent animals. They pretty much take care of themselves. It's just keeping up on the food and the litter boxes and things like that. So if I go anywhere,
somebody's
there's people
there
still
to
here.
do it.
Yeah, so I've got people here with me.
I've asked my neighbors in the past because they're cat lovers. They have cats, and they came over, and when my son wasn't here, they came over and helped me out. So that was awesome. So he's allergic, Cindy.
Aw.
My nephew is allergic to cats, and so is his father, my brother.
Aw.
So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Sharon.
Sold a black velvet 60s cat with a pearl necklace. Was it in a cloche? Do you remember if it was in a cloche, Scott? Like a plastic cloche? That cat she's talking about?
A cloche is a women's hat from the 30s.
No. A cloche is a glass domed cover that goes on top of a wood base.
Well, a cloche is also a hat, though.
Yeah, so, no, we're not talking about a hat.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. No, it was. No, it was
okay.
not.
Well, I say that because Max Factor in I think it was the 50s or 60s, I think they had like a little perfume lipstick thing. And it was a plastic, it was in like a cloche type of thing, and it had like a perfume and then a lipstick with the cat. And I think it was made by Max Factor. I've seen them before, so I was wondering if that was what Sharon was talking about.
Oh, no, it was a plush, KP said.
No, but wait a minute. Cloche has more than one. In the 30s, women had a, and then they were popular again a few years ago. So when Vinny asked me if it was in a cloche, because I was stuck in the 30s, I automatically thought of the hat.
So, it was in a hat?
No, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's
fine. Yeah, what I think of as a cloche is like a cheese thingy, or like a domed, like a cake lid, like a cake thingy. That's what that's what it comes to my mind when I think of a cloche.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, you talk about learning something new every day. I didn't know that was a hat in the 30s.
Me either. I didn't know that either.
That's me learning something new every day, is that a cloche in the 30s was a hat for a lady.
I had no idea.
But isn't that the name of the hat? It's the typical circa 1930 hat. It just goes down over the woman's head, and I believe that hat is called a cloche.
Isn't that something you'd see like Joan Crawford or something wear, like in movies?
Everybody wore them. That was the hat.
I would have to Google an image of it to see what you're talking
about. Or Loretta
about.
Young. I'm pretty sure I know what he's talking about, because I have pictures of movie stars from that era wearing hats like that. So I had no idea it was called a cloche.
If you wait a minute, I'll run down in the basement and get one and put it on.
Lord.
I have a 1930s cloche down.
I bet you do.
I do. I mean, all the women wore them. That was the hat for women in the sort of the late 20s, 30s. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Good night, Carmen, and bundle up.
It is, Carmen. It's supposed to be nasty tomorrow, I hear. Carmen, where are you located? On the East Coast.
Bonnie wants me to go get the hat.
Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. All right. So you're not too far from me. How did your bean soup come out, Scott?
I didn't make it. I had intended to, and then I ended up having I went out for pad thai. A friend of mine called and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I don't nothing." She said, "Come on, let's go have pad thai." I will never turn down pad thai.
What is that? Tuna?
So another thing that is a cloche, if you've ever seen in like, the movies where, you're in a millionaire's house and the butler comes out with a plate with the metal cover on it, that is also a cloche. You know how they lift the lid and go and hand them the dinner? That is a cloche.
Do I have anything that's flapper-esque in here that she's wearing one of those hats in? I don't think I do. Unless it's one of my arcade cards.
I have to Google it and see what they look like.
For Pete's sake, let me go get one.
Let me flip through here just to see.
Oh, go get it before you have a conniption.
Well, you just said you had to Google it. I'll go get one. Hold on. Hold the line. It won't take me. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, call the hospitals.
Oh boy.
Hello, my friend locked himself in his bathroom. Can you help him out? All my paperwork fell down on the floor. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a live joke for you guys because I'm behind on my jokes. Are y'all ready? Because this one is a good one. So pretend. Never mind. Let me just do this joke. My husband forgot to zip his trousers. So a lady told him politely, "Sir, your garage door is open." He gave her a naughty smile as he zipped them up and asked her, "Did you see my Range Rover parked inside?" The lady smiled back and said, "No, just one small Toyota with 2 flat tires."
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
All right, here I come. Wait a minute.
Isn't that hilarious?
Now remember,
I just told my joke of the day, Scooty. You missed it. Oh, that's what you're talking about?
now
Oh,
it's
yeah.
supposed to hold on. It's supposed to go down over the woman's head. This doesn't fit me because it's a woman's hat, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to go down. So this is a cloche. You ought to be in pictures. You're wonderful to see. Okay, this is the real thing. See?
See, that reminds me of a Peter Pan hat.
It's
The
got
Mary
a dome.
Poppins.
It's that dome thing, you know.
The cloche. So kind of like this?
That's not a cloche.
No, never mind then.
That is.
No, that's a oh my God, what do they call those hats? Oh,
This
you
is
look
made
like
of
a Von Trapp.
This is made of felt. This is made of felt, and this is an original 1930s cloche felt hat, not a reproduction from Amazon. This is the real thing.
Well, it's felt now that you touched it.
Huh?
It's felt now that you've touched it.
What's that mean?
That was a good one, Vinny.
I don't get it. Oh.
You touched it, you felt it, and you said it was felt, and I said, well, now that you touched it, it is.
I had to, oh, Carmen, you had to stay to see that. Well, was it worth it? Was it worth it? The thrill?
Yeah, the only things that are in here in my arcade card are they don't have.
She's going to bed. She's going to have nightmares.
Yeah, and I don't think any of the girls that I have in these arcade cards are wearing one of those.
KP wants to know if it's for sale. She loves it.
At the moment, no. I
that one.
I was able to get my hands on a whole bunch of 1930s clothing. Coats.
Joe said it looks like Dory Sherry on the Lucy Show.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
I think I know who that is.
But
I'm more of an I Love Lucy fan. I'm not like the Lucy Show or anything like that.
I have an entire trunk. I got a trunk with a Persian lamb coat with the black Persian lamb coat, and there were dresses and hats and all kinds of things. But I don't know. It's all down in the basement. You move, you have all this stuff, and you kind of work your way through it. But
Vinny, Kathleen said Primitive by Max Factor had the cat under the cloche.
Yep, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yep.
And it's a velvet cat too. That's why when he said, or when I think Sharon was the one who mentioned that was the first thing that came to my mind was that Max Factor cat.
Well, it's 10:15, and this one needs to be asleep by 11. I'm not going to be parading around in women's 1930s clothing. Don't get the wrong, not that there would be anything wrong with that if that's your thing. It's not my thing, but anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower and bundle up because it gets down to about Well, I'm still. Never mind. We're not going to get into the furnace. They were making fun of me last night. You notice I shed my my blankets and scarves and gloves and everything.
Last night he said he looked like a. He looked like. What did you say? An old.
I don't remember, but
like a babushka.
No, he looked like an old from the old country, like an old
from the old country.
Yeah, he had a scarf on and a hat.
Yeah. Well,
that was hilarious.
All I'm trying to do is get. I'm just trying to get another 6 weeks out of this old furnace before. I love heat, so I don't care. You know, I'm replacing. I need to replace my HVAC, and as you all know, it is expensive, and I'm not financing it. No, I'm gonna pay it because and it's fine. I'm not poor mouthing. I didn't mean. Please don't say, oh, you poor thing. No, I am fine. Trust me, I am absolutely fine, and not an issue. Please, I don't want anybody to. It's all good. So I'm just waiting to get my finances where I can then have that done, and it won't be too long. And hey, every day it's getting warmer, right? Once we get past this.
Have you noticed it's staying lighter longer though?
Oh yes, it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You have no idea. If y'all knew how we were when we're all together, like.
Oh gosh.
Oh dear.
No, it's like we can't breathe laughter.
That video that Scott always adds on to his videos. Oh dear.
No,
oh dear.
Hey D, you're in my today's video.
Oh, I could just imagine.
No, I can reenact it. Ready? It's that one. That's my favorite. That's my. I love. Yeah, that's the one. I love that one. Yeah, that's the one I love. Yeah.
You know, what can I say?
Yes. Here's the thing with that. Your local power company, if you're approved, they'll finance it. But guess what? Then you're paying $300 a month for the next 6 years because they just tack it onto your gas bill. No.
Right.
Anything I can do to stay out, like I would rather, you know, I'm fine. And please, I'm fine. And I appreciate that. You told me that in case I didn't know, and that was kind of you. So I'm not dismissing your comment, but for me, it's just too easy. I would rather have the challenge of seeing how quick I can like sell and raise the cash, you know, myself. And then
he doesn't like to take the easy way out. He likes a challenge.
Well, I know that's a great option for folks. That is a wonderful option for people in case they need to do that. And so yeah, but that way, you know, when they come and do the installation, whoo, I will know it is paid for, and my gas bill won't then be, you know, $400 a month for the next years. So,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you everyone for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. We really wanted to let you know, what's actually happening, you know, with PayPal, the mail, and YouTube. So thank you for coming. We really do appreciate it.
Okay, well, good night, everyone, and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, all.
Good night, all. This was fun. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone. We'll give everybody a chance to say goodbye to everybody, and that's it. Woo! Toodles.
Toodaloo.
Good night, all.
Toodles.
Toodle oodle noodles.